a love triangle, an old fort, and a murder that was first called an accident. It sounds in the beginning like the plot of a crime thriller, but this is not fiction. It's a real-life case that has shocked the Indian city of Pune and, quite honestly, the entire country. 26-year-old businessman Ketan died after falling into a gorge at Lohagarh Fort on the 18th of June. His fiancée Sia, who was with him at the UNESCO World Heritage Site, initially told police that Ketan had slipped while taking photographs and that his death was accidental. The couple had gotten engaged in February this year and were just months away from their wedding in Udaipur. In the days that followed, Sia shared an emotional post on social media, writing, and I'm quoting it here, "You left me when we were so close to getting married. I still can't understand why you did this to me." To many people, it reflected the grief of a broken fiancé. But there was one person who was not convinced, and that was Ketan's sister. When Sia visited the Agarwal household after the funeral and was asked to recount what had happened, her version of events reportedly kept changing. Those inconsistencies raised red flags and questions, which prompted Ketan's family to file a police complaint. That complaint led investigators to re-examine the case from a different angle. Police began scrutinizing Sia's call records and digital footprint, and what they found was startling. More than 2,000 phone calls and nearly 238 hours of conversation over a period of 6 months with a man who was not Ketan. From this point, the investigation soon zeroed in on this other individual, and his name is Chetan Chaudhary. Police say that Chetan was Sia's boyfriend and that the two had been in a relationship for over a year. As officials dug deeper, a crucial CCTV clip became the turning point of this entire saga. This footage showed Ketan and Sia walking towards the fort. Just a few meters behind them was a man whose appearance immediately caught the investigators' attention. Despite the 33 degrees Celsius heat, he was wearing shorts and a hooded sweatshirt with the hood pulled low to hide his face. Police identified this man as Chetan. Now, both Sia and Chetan were arrested and booked for murder and criminal conspiracy. The officials allege that the duo saw Ketan as the only obstacle standing between them and the life that they wanted to build together, and therefore they spent months plotting to remove him. During questioning, police say that Sia claimed she had grown to dislike her fiancé, citing reasons including that he wore a wig and that he had a stammer. According to reports, multiple attempts were made at the Lohagarh fort before the fatal incident. And there's a whole timeline. On the 31st of May, Sia allegedly persuaded Ketan to visit the fort, but the plan failed due to unforeseen circumstances. Another visit was reportedly planned on the 4th of June, but it was called off after Ketan's family objected. Just days before the day of the murder, the couple allegedly returned to the fort, where Sia is said to have pushed Ketan, although he survived after grabbing onto a bush. She later claimed that she was trying to save him from a snake. Despite all these failed attempts, the pair returned once again on the 18th of June, the day that Ketan was finally killed. This is not all. According to several reports, Sia had a contingency plan in place if her Lohagarh attempt did not succeed. It is being claimed that she plotted to kill him in the picturesque hill station of Mahabaleshwar. This crime appears to be the result of meticulous planning for months. The CCTV footage showed Sia and Chetan meeting at a cafe a day before the incident, and this is another clip which changed the entire probe. Call records have further indicated that the two were in contact, including a 34-minute conversation just shortly before Ketan was pushed off the cliff. Investigating officials say that the duo had coordinated every single detail in advance. One alleged plan also included a visual signal. Sia was reportedly meant to sit down, either to tie her shoelaces or drink water. And that would have been a cue for Chetan to push Ketan from behind. Investigators say that even the signal was meticulously planned. Police now allege that Sia kept her distance so that when the push came, Ketan would not be able to clutch her in a desperate bid to save himself. The officials are also examining a trip to Bali that Sia and Ketan were scheduled to take as part of a pre-wedding shoot. But this was later cancelled after Ketan's passport suddenly went missing. Probe findings also suggest that the passport may have been deliberately made to disappear, which raised further questions about premeditation in this entire case. As the investigation further deepens, it is far from over because layers of the alleged conspiracy continue to unfold, and each revelation is darker and more twisted than the last. There are now reports of police tracing a massive amount of money which Ketan gave his fiancée Sia for wedding shopping. This amount allegedly is as high as 1 crore Indian rupees. Reports claim that Sia gave this money to her lover Chetan. But this is not just about duping someone of money and planning a life with your lover. It is about taking someone else's life who did nothing wrong. At least nothing about the investigation so far indicates any such thing. For Ketan's family, on the other hand, grief has now turned into an unending search for truth. But one question echoes louder than the rest. Was saying no to an arranged marriage truly harder than choosing murder?